Hello, my friends, my good vibe tribe. It's time for our weekly guidance. And I'm very excited about it because I was given inspiration by my guides to do a different spread than we have been doing. So that excites me because I like to keep things interesting. So yay for getting the green light on that. We're going to be doing, I think, a very powerful spread. It's called the Blessing Challenge spread. Hi, Kelly. And it's a 2-card spread, but I have been guided to use the Love is Everywhere Nature Heart deck and the Zen Blossoms deck. Both of those decks we're going to do the 2-card spread with, the Blessing Challenge spread. And then we're going to pick one of the Blissful Knowing Inner Guidance cards for our focus. So I'm excited because I love to keep it new and fresh and interesting and have some variety. So we're going to do that. It's been a challenging week with the retrograde. We're going to talk about that a little bit. So I felt like how perfect to do a spread about our blessings with Thanksgiving being yesterday and about our challenges. And the way the spread works is blessings to remember, challenge to embrace. Challenge to embrace. Okay, so that's exciting. We're going to do that in a minute. What else? I have a lot of announcements. Number one announcement is, hi, Angel. For those of you that don't know, my children's book is now available. Half of my inventory is already sold. It's gone. It's been shipped. So please grab the books now while you can, because when I reorder, it's going to take at least 2 weeks to restock. And that's really pushing it since it takes about a week to ship to you guys. That's 3 weeks out from the day I reorder. And I want to make sure if you're buying these as holiday gifts that you're getting them in time. Also, if you're watching internationally, I'm not sure if you saw my post, but my book is available in Australia, Canada, India, Portugal, Italy, France, Japan, Germany. I think I got them all. The UK. So if you are an international viewer and you want to buy the book locally, let me know, message me, private message, and I will send you a link or let you know how to order it there. Hi, Anita, your book is on its way. I'm so excited. I'm sending a book to New Zealand, you guys, to Yanitza. I'm so grateful and honored that she wanted to have the book shipped all the way to New Zealand. So that is so exciting. Anyway, here's the back of the book, and those are all the hearts that I have found. I found a lot more than that, but all of these are hearts that I found in nature. And it says, what is heart spotting? So, yay! All right, guys, let's get real. Let's get back into the business at hand, which is our guidance and Mercury Retrograde. Oh, I just got another ding in my thoughts that I have to mention. Next week, we are shifting energies. I'm excited about this, and we're going to be shifting energies big time after the first week of December. Huge. So I'm hoping I can come on and talk about that next week. And also, for those of you that saw the live stream last week, I had the inspiration to do a private group live stream for 20 people maximum. And I've had a lot of interest in that. I'm thinking that that's going to happen next Friday at this time, November 30th. So next Friday, I probably won't be on here. I'll probably might come on to say hi and remind you guys why I'm not on here. But I want to do my private live stream. It's if you're interested in that, I already have over 20 people who are interested, and it's going to be first come, first serve for the event tickets. But you can check out my group. I made a group called Good Vibe Tribe, hosted by Jory Cooper Swick. And so that's where I'm going to be posting about the event details. So if you are interested in that, please know again that I already have over 20 people interested, and I'm going to max out at 20 because everyone's going to be getting a reading. It's probably going to be like a 2-hour live stream. But it's a good idea to join the group, even if you can't get into this event, because I'm hoping to have them on a regular basis. I don't know. We'll have to go with my inspiration. We'll see how it goes. But that is called Good Vibe Tribe, hosted by Jory Cooper Swick. So you can get in there and at least find out the details of the event, or if I'm going to be offering another event. So that's that. Another thing I'm being told to talk about is that my group Hellos from Heaven is also another group you might be interested in. It's been a really long time since I've had a non-physical energy come through for Facebook, but that happened on Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, and it was really amazing. You guys, I don't know if you saw this post on my personal page, but wow, it was so synchronistic, and the non-physical energy that came through, the timing of it was incredible, because I had gotten the information an hour prior to posting, and when I posted it, the person that it was meant for, the physical loved one that the non-physical loved one was trying to connect with, was on and instantly responded within a minute and said, "That's for me, that's my brother." And I still have chills just talking about it. And I usually post in Hellos from Heaven when that happens, but I was guided to post on my regular page first. And it turns out she wasn't in the Hellos from Heaven group, and she had thought about joining it but hadn't done it. She forgot or whatever. And I'm like, whoa, that's why I was guided to post there. So check that out if you guys want to see that thread. It was really wow. Wow. And it just reminded me how divinely orchestrated everything is. I mean, to the minute. I mean, all of these threads had to come together. I had to get this clear message, and then I had to feel inspired to post it at the exact moment that she was inspired to be on Facebook, in the exact place that she would be. It was just like, whoa. And the timing, because it had to do with Thanksgiving. I'm going to get emotional just talking about it. So we're going to move on. But wow. Wow. So that group is called Hellos from Heaven. Angel, how do we find those links? If somebody wants to comment the two group names, I can tag you to Angel after I'm able to respond to the comments. But it's Good Vibe Tribe, hosted by Jory Cooper Swick, and Hellos from Heaven. And the picture for the Hellos from Heaven group is a heart cloud in the sky. So that you should be able to identify that. And the picture for the Good Vibe Tribe group is my blissful knowing cards. Okay, so that's that. Let's talk about Mercury Retrograde, because a lot of you have been feeling it. Yes, they're both on Facebook, Angel. Mercury Retrograde. I tried not to bring it up too much last week, because I always think, okay, this year I'm not going to make a thing. This time I'm not going to make a thing about it, and it's not going to affect me. I'm like, no, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. I'm not going to do it. And then what happens? Nope. Huge evidence. I'm like, oh, there you are again. So what happens from my perspective with Mercury Retrograde is that it brings back people and past patterns and circumstances, situations, challenges from the past. It brings them back around. And I always use that image of the spiral staircase. So we're coming back to that point on the stairs, but we're older and wiser. We're at a higher perspective than we were last time we were there. So it's an opportunity for us to see how much we've grown. It's an opportunity for us to respond differently. The situation may feel similar, but we can respond differently. And that is where the healing and the growth occurs. And that's the blessing of Mercury Retrograde. However, it is challenging. Things come back from the past. And I had a situation this week, and I'm like, oh my God, this is just, And I'm hoping that I can delve into more of my personal details in my private live stream, because there's so many examples I can use from my personal life that can hopefully help you guys relate and understand. Just, there's a lot I could say, but I don't want to say things publicly. So I'm looking forward to that, the ability to do that in a private live stream, to be a little bit more transparent and vulnerable. And that reminds me, last week, you guys, the reading we did was about having a conversation and being vulnerable, and boy, did that ever kick in too. Whoa. Speaking your truth, being authentic, and inviting people to see into you, to connect deeper. So hopefully you guys remembered that advice and took that too. All right, we need to move forward. We need to start shuffling. It's time. I can feel it. All right, did I even talk enough about retrograde? I think I did. I think that's all that wants to come out about that. All right, so we'll start with the heart cards, and we're doing 2 cards from the heart cards. We're doing your blessing to remember and your challenge to embrace. And then we're going to do the same thing, blessing and challenge, with the Zen Blossoms cards. So, and then we'll pick one from the bliss cards. And Liz was so cute. She said, I love how clear your guides were in last week's stream. And that's because I used the one-word cards. I used the Zen Blossoms cards. And that's what I love about using the one-word cards is you get to fill in the blanks. Your higher self comes in and fills in the blanks. You're having a conversation with your higher self versus the bliss cards, which are just going to tell you everything. You're tapping in and you're listening closely for the rest of the meaning behind the card. So that's why I'm excited today to be using both of my one-word deck cards, the hearts and the flowers, because that's what I love. That's what I live for, is to channel that clear guidance coming through. So that's always a thrill for me. So let's see what our blessing to remember is and our challenge to embrace. It's a very telling spread, guys. If we can get the cards to jump out, we will see. I'm flipping. We wait for them to jump. That's what we do, even though it gets dark out. So thanks to everyone who's purchased my book. It means the world to me, and I've absolutely loved shipping them to you and hearing your feedback. It's just, I can't even describe how much it means to me and how excited I am to be a part of spreading the message of love all around the world. It's just, wow, it's very humbling. Okay, we're waiting. You can hear them clicking, but we don't have any cards jumping, which makes me think I might have to flip and go to the Zen Blossoms deck. Let me just check with my pendulum and make sure these guys still want to talk. Do you want to talk to us? Yes. Do you want to do the 2 cards? Yes. All right, we'll try one more time, and then we're going to have to switch to the other deck. There we go. Oh, good, I didn't see it. Hi, Sandra. We are doing blessing to remember, challenge to embrace. I am so thrilled that we are doing a new spread today. We are switching it up. It's exciting to have some variety. Oh, I just saw our challenge. Darn it. I hate when that happens. Okay, but it's still good. It's good. Oh, got lots of hair happening today. Whoa. All right. Our blessing to remember from the heart cards. What is our blessing to remember? I'm going to get this pretty deck all ready to go here. Perspective. Ooh. Whoa, I feel the power of this card. Holy moly. And this is like my favorite. I think this is my favorite picture in the whole heart deck, because how cool is that? I have to tell you guys really quickly. I had found a tree branch heart, and it was kind of blurry and abstract, but I was going to use it as my perspective card for the deck. And obviously, subconsciously, I was thinking I really wish I had a better tree branch heart than this one. And one day I was just driving past this, and I saw this, and I just went, oh my God. And then I just reversed my car. And of course, it changed as I drove past it. It didn't look like a heart when I got to a certain point. So it was really about perspective. You had to be at the right angle to capture this heart. And what's even more amazing about this photo, I can hear myself getting really loud because I'm excited, is that perspective. You can see the clouds or you can see the blue sky. Are you looking through the eyes of your heart? There's also 2 little lines that are electrical wires in there. Can't really see it, but it's also about reading between the lines. So what is your perspective? Blessing to remember. Ooh, this makes me excited. Okay, I have to calm down. So our blessing to remember is that we get to choose how we see things. We get to choose our perspective on the circumstances, on the situations. How are we receiving these things? Are we using our higher self perspective? Are we seeing the bigger picture? Are we seeing from love, from compassion? Or are we seeing through the eyes of the ego, which takes things personally, which gets offended, which creates drama and conflict and me versus you? So we are so blessed because we get to choose how we are seeing things. How are we receiving them? How are we interpreting them? It's up to us. And as I've said before, from A Course in Miracles, a miracle is a shift in perception. When we shift our perspective, we can find peace. The same situation, like I said last week, talking about definitions, can bring us peace or pain depending on our perspective. So that is our blessing to remember, is that we can change the way we look at things. When we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. That's what Wayne Dyer says, and that is true. The same object, the same circumstance can be seen two totally different ways. Find a perspective that serves you, that feels peaceful and feels good to you. That is our blessing to remember. It's so powerful. I'm just like taking a moment to apply it to my situation right now, and it is so powerful. Holy moly, my goodness. Okay, here's the crispy version. The shiny version. All right, so our first card, our blessing to remember, is that we have the choice to choose, consciously choose our perspective. I love that. Why isn't this in the screen? Ooh, I'm gonna run out of room. All right, this is huge. I'm excited. I'm so happy to be doing this special blessing challenge spread today. Okay, so our blessing to remember from the heart cards is perspective, and our challenge to embrace hope. Wow. Hope. We've got to stay in hope. We've got to focus what we're hopeful for, because I've talked about the emotional guidance scale before. I've talked about how when you can get to a hopeful place, that is when you have shifted your perspective. So when you're feeling negative emotion, that's the time to realize that you're focused on something unwanted. And when you can have that awareness, I must be focusing on something unwanted. That's why I feel negative emotion right now. And you can say to yourself, what am I hoping for? What am I hopeful about? What am I hoping for in this situation? And that will shift your perspective towards what is wanted, from unwanted to wanted. This is so powerful, you guys. I really want you to take some time to digest this and think about this, because it feels so important, especially with the retrograde, where we've got those lessons coming back, those challenges coming back, those interactions that are coming back. Might be a different person, but it's the same damn thing. And you can recognize it. So what have we learned? What have we learned? And I'm hearing, don't take things personally, because that's what the ego does. Don't take things personally. Have compassion. Understand your triggers. And understand, and this is a lot of what we do in a session, why am I feeling triggered? What would I have to believe is true right now to be feeling triggered? Figure it out. So our blessing to remember, our challenge to embrace is to stay in a hopeful place. Now I picked this heart card. You can't really tell. I picked this image for the heart. I'm sorry, you can't really tell where the heart is. It's so tiny. It's a little baby orange. Center of the flower there. And also this white looks sort of like a heart, but I saw these white petals as a blank canvas of your life, and this orange heart as the paintbrush, and also orange meaning fire, a spark of hope. So you get to paint your life. You get to paint your masterpiece. Life is a blank canvas, and when you use your hope, when you focus on what you're hoping for, that begins to create your future, because you're focused with your intention on what it is you're wanting. And that's when you start to paint on that canvas. So, our blessing to remember, we have choice, we have perspective. We have a choice to choose our perspective. And our challenge to embrace is to stay in a hopeful place instead of a fearful place, instead of a drama place, instead of a painful place. We've got to keep it positive, people. I know it's challenging with retrograde. I know. Trust me. I know. I have been using my flower essences, you guys, The Bach flower essences, I love them. I often recommend them in my private sessions. There's 38 of them for different emotions. It's vibrational medicine. It's each flower has a vibration, and they really help. They're very subtle, but they really help to balance things. And I have had to take some of those repetitively this week to work through some of my sensitivities. We're still in a lot of sensitive energy, and we're also in the energy of getting to the root of the issue, family of origin work. It's a lot. And it's also double master energy, which master energy is rewarding but also very challenging. So energy shifts on the 28th, guys. Yay. It's been a great year, and it's been a challenging year. It's been a great month, and it's been a challenging month. And that's what master energy does. It's super rewarding, but it's also really challenging. And it's a master year for all of us. Ooh, we got a flyer. We got a flyer. And so we're all feeling it. Like I said, this can be a year where your dreams come true, but it can also be a year of a lot of emotion, a lot of I'm not even going to say, because you all know you have your own stuff. You have your own stuff. All right, so we got our first card for the blessing from the Zen Blossoms, Blessing to Remember. And now I'm shuffling to get our challenge to embrace from the Zen Blossoms. And I hope you're all following me, since we're switching it up. It's a little bit different than usual. Usually we do the 4 cards all in one spread. Ooh, we got them. We got them. That wasn't so bad. These are the slippery ones that take forever, and the heart cards were the ones that were just driving me nuts, taking forever. It's so funny. These puppies came out really fast today. Thank you. Thank you. They usually are so slow. Okay, so our blessing to remember from the Zen Blossoms. Oh, it's good. It's good. Compassion. Gosh, that goes so well with perspective. So well. Whew. I feel it. So the reason why I picked compassion for this image is it's really hard to see in the camera, but this is 2 pincushion flowers. And if you look really closely, these 2, this is where I wish I had done some like airbrushing or editing, which I really didn't do on any of my decks, but kind of get this stuff out of the way in the background. These 2 stems are crisscrossed, so this flower is hugging this flower. This flower is resting on this flower's shoulder. That's what I saw as they were hugging. And it's interesting that it's a pincushion flower, because I think, ouch, a pin is poking you, ouch. Like, I feel your pain. I have compassion. And it's so huge what's coming through, because if you really reflect on what you're going through, guys, if you can get into a place of compassion for the other person, that's that higher self perspective that this card's talking about. And it's not easy when we're feeling attacked, or when we're feeling conflict, or when we're feeling defensive or offended, or like we need to, what's the word? Justify, injustice. I can't come up with the word, but compassion is available. It is a perspective. It's a higher self perspective. We can rise up high enough to have compassion for the other people involved. It's the opposite of ego. It is. It's reminding us that we're all connected. We are all one. And I think that is so major right now. I'm feeling it, guys. I'm feeling it. And again, I can't go into personal details on a public live stream. I might go into it more in the private live stream event. But our blessing to remember is that we have the ability to have compassion. Why am I getting the angry faces? That must have been a mistake. Okay, so our blessing to remember is that we have the ability to feel compassion, to change our perspective, to get to that higher place and see things maybe from the other person's point of view. And what's coming through is that we need to also remember that intentions sometimes are more important than actions. And a lot of times people misinterpret actions when the intentions were good to begin with. So I like to say, look at intentions before you look at actions. Because actions can get distorted, interpreted incorrectly. Oops. Okay. Challenge to embrace. I forgot I already had our card. Our challenge to embrace. Oh, wow. Enjoyment. This is the happiness card. It's our natural state. It is our natural state of being. So it's our challenge to remember to be happy and to just lighten up. Get out of that ego mentality, which is what keeps us from our joy. The ego says, something happened in my past, or something is happening now, or something could happen in my future. And that is why I can't be at peace in this moment, because something happened, someone did something to me and I can't be at peace. Or something could happen and so I can't be at peace. And this card is reminding you to get back into the present moment and to feel the natural state of joy that is your true core vibration. And you can do that by getting to that higher self perspective of compassion. And by focusing on what you're hopeful for, you can find joy again. That was a pretty self-explanatory card. So that's our challenge to embrace, is to be joyful, is to be happy in the present moment, to stay hopeful. All right, so we've got one more card. We're going to do the Blissful Knowing Inner Guidance cards. Oh, that's funny. Look at this. Let it go was on the bottom. Let go of the resentment and the grievances and the angst and the grudges. Eek. All right. Oh, that one flipped fast. Yay, hallelujah. We are going to get through this live stream now. Yay, before I get started. All right, so our focus card. Oh, New Horizons. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Hi, Christy. Gotta love New Horizons. It's always a good one. Always a good one to see. It says a chapter is ending and positive changes are on the horizon. Find freedom in releasing the past and living in the now. Let go of anything that is weighing you down. It's time to start fresh. Welcome this new phase of your life and look forward to exploring new and exciting experiences. I love that. Especially today, Friday is a 5-9 day. So 5 is about change and 9 is about letting go. Change and freedom. So when you let go, you can be free of whatever was holding you back. And 5 loves to be in the now. So it's perfect because we were just talking about getting into the now, being joyful. So New Horizons, that is an excellent card to finish our live stream with. Let's focus forward. Let's be in the now. Let's start fresh. Let's let go of the past stuff that's been haunting us and it's stuck in our head. Woo-hoo. Mental loop. And when you can be aware of that mental loop, you can hear yourself and you're sitting there and you're having conversations in your head with another person and they're not here and it's all in here. Like everything's happening in here. And things could be a lot better in this moment, but you're still focusing on what happened last week and it's like you're bringing it back into your present moment. All right, so I will repeat what I said at the beginning of this live stream. I am hoping next Friday to be doing my private live stream event. And the way to find out more about that is to join Good Vibe Tribe. It's a Facebook group, Good Vibe Tribe, hosted by Jory Cooper Swick. If you search, you should be able to find that. I already have over 20 people interested in it. We're only going to do 20 people maximum because everyone's going to get a reading. But please come join and it will be first come, first serve as far as getting into that event. I may be back on next week to talk about the shift in energy that's happening on the 28th. And I may be back on Friday to say hi and remind you guys why I'm not here. Or if the event for some reason doesn't happen November 30th, I will be back here for weekly guidance. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. I only go by my inspiration, so I'm just waiting. Today was the first day I got a specific date for the live stream. So I'm glad I have that, and I'm hoping that is the date that will stick. So also the other group I mentioned in the beginning of the live stream is Hellos from Heaven. It's a group where when I get a non-physical energy coming through to say hi, I post that there. It has just happened this week. Check it out on my personal page. That happened, but it hadn't happened for a long time because I've been so busy with everything. Anyway, I think that's it, guys. Oh, one more little book reveal. Yay! Half of my inventory is gone, guys. Please grab it now. Please, they're selling out quick. Grab it now. Loveiseverywherebook.com. I'm going to do my best to get all these links and tags for the groups in the comments so that you guys can refer into our comment thread for that. All right, thanks guys. I hope you enjoyed the Blessing to Remember Challenge to Embrace spread. If you have these decks, definitely try that spread. I think it's such a powerful spread. It's just really, really telling. I think it's a really good one to reflect on, especially now with Mercury Retrograde when we're doing a lot of inner reflecting. So good to have you here, and I will see you soon. Have a great weekend. Thanks. Bye.